Good morning. Today I am going to start ADHD medication. I have struggled with having ADHD, or I have struggled with my ADHD symptoms basically my entire life, especially like my academic life, as long as I can remember. From the moment that I wake up to the moment that I go to sleep, there is something that affects me, whether it be forgetting pretty much everything, having difficulty structuring anything, forgetting to eat, forgetting to get back to people, uh, not having any capacity to start a responsibility that is important to me. And because I cannot begin, I get anxious. So I'm anxious the entire day and I don't finish anything. And then if I finish anything, it's only if I'm in an extreme state of panic where everything is already way too bad. Uh, the ADHD, right now, I'm also really struggling with a depression, which is also making it hard to enjoy anything that I did enjoy in the past. I am overthinking all the time. Ta, 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 ta. It's like 30 Formula One cars in my brain at any given moment. It's difficult to fall asleep. And if I wake up in the middle of the night, it's immediate racing thoughts again. I'm telling this very lightly. Yesterday I was talking to a friend bawling about it. How difficult ADHD is and how much I beat myself up about it because I'm supposed to be able to do these things because I'm smart and I'm not stupid and I'm not lazy. But I feel lazy because I don't do the things that are expected of me, and people give me years to do something and I don't do it. And I have my own projects that I'm so passionate about and I think are so cool, and they have been there for 5, 6 years and I don't do them. And it makes me hate myself. It makes me have a deep disdain for my own incapacities and incapabilities, and I'm just angry at myself all the time. And I don't want to accept that I have a handicap. I'm angry at myself for not being normal. So today we're going to start medication. And it's something that I always fought against because I thought, no, you have to do things by yourself. You don't need any help. If you don't do it by yourself, you're weak. And now I'm 27 and I'm at a point of my life where my issues are starting to cause, or not starting to cause, are like deeply rooted in my entire life and causing many problems in my personal relationships, professional relationships, and my relationship to myself. So I do see it as a bit of a failure that I'm now like gonna take drugs daily. But I have been reading hundreds and hundreds of comments of people, like their lives have changed so much, and I can't imagine having something like that for myself. My sister's life changed dramatically, I would say. Like if I know, like I know what she's doing for school, and she also says like, Ori, it's like your head is just 80% quieter. And I just can't imagine it. I have never had that. I have had a handful of moments in my life where I have felt sort of at peace. So I don't want to hope too much, but I am hoping. I am. If this works, like I'm nervous. If this works, I am going to be able to live somewhat of a normal life. If it's only 50% better, if it's only 25% better, that will be magnificent. So well, here we go. And I think it's really, really important to elaborate on the hate part here. Like the hatred that I have towards myself because I cannot do things the way that normal people or my friends do them. And knowing that I am 100% reliant on other people being in my team, because otherwise I'm not going to get anything done. Like the biggest things that I've done in my life that I'm very proud of have only succeeded because I had a team. I know that I'm a brilliant writer. I know that I'm very talented, yada, yada, yada. But I have, I don't know, maybe like 36 uncompleted projects that I know that are very good. And I can't continue. I start things and I'm like, wow, this is so cool. And then when I get to like the second phase, which is like planning and finishing things, just finishing things, finishing anything. And then I do some other things in just a sort of weird impulsive move. And I'm so exhausted afterwards, and I don't understand how my energy works. I think people make a lot of jokes about ADHD, and a friend also said something like, yeah, I might also have a little bit of ADHD. And I was like, no, you do not understand that you're kind of living in your own personal hell all the time. It's the most frustrating. Can you imagine? Just imagine that you're, I don't know, you see this pillow and you're like, I should really pick up that pillow. And then you want to, and your hand just doesn't move. And you know that you need to pick up the pillow. You know that it's the only thing that you have to do today that's important. And you're not going to be able to pick up the pillow, maybe for 4 or 5 more days, until there's this random burst of, oh, I can pick up the pillow. Okay, let's do it. What else can I do now with this random energy? And then you're just working like crazy and you're exhausted again. It's like you're not in control of yourself. And I live with 2 people that have ADHD. It's a nightmare. It's a mess. We don't do things the way that other people do them. There have been small projects in my room that I have been telling myself I will do since I live here. Since I live in Rijswijk, which has been 8 years, almost 9, or 8 or 9 years, something like that. Enough time. And the hate that is inside of me towards myself because of not performing like other people and not having the motivation like other people, even though I present myself as like super motivated and look at all of these things that I can do and I'm this and that and I'm confident, and I am, like, it's not a, like, it is in my personality, I am. But behind the scenes, every single fucking day is a struggle to get anything done. And I am so freaked out that people will find this out and I'm never gonna get a job again. Or that I'm only going to be able to get a job if it's in a collaboration with someone, because on my own, I'm a worthless piece of shit that is just not, that can't do anything right. And this is also how I hear my mom speak about herself, who has the most severe ADHD of the 3 of us, because it's my sister and my mom and me. And I hear my mom talk about herself that way because her mom talked to her that way. Like, oh, you're just lazy. You can't do anything right. And that is 100% my narrative towards myself. And you can look at it like in a very logical way. Because if you look at it factually, yes, I'm not doing the things right that I'm supposed to do. People are waiting for me. People depend on me to do some things. I depend on myself to do some things, and I just don't do them. So if I look at it at a very logical way, yeah, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, therefore I am X or Y or Z. But I don't know why I'm having such a hard time accepting that my brain is broken. My brain does not work the way it's supposed to work. I am in a chronic state of dopamine deficiency. And I think that the moment that I confess this to myself, like have this moment of that I have to be kinder to myself, that it's also a moment that I need to accept fully that I have a problem, a disorder. And so much of my life is me pretending and fighting really hard for my image to not appear broken. And the moment that I say it out loud, then I don't have that anymore. And I have to sort of be like, it's ADHD and it's depression. But I also have really, really, really bad depersonalization for 10 years. I have complex trauma, had that all my life. I go to therapy like crazy, like so much of my day. And like also like if you would look at my Instagram feed that I am not on right now because it's really not good for me, it's just therapists and therapists and therapists telling me how to cure my attachment, how to help myself, how to love myself, how to give myself the validation that no one else can give because your parents didn't raise you right. La 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 la. I've had trichotillomania since I am 12 or 13 years old. I have never talked about it. I have never seen anybody talk about it. I am always hiding everything. When I'm in public and I'm plucking at my hair, I'm like, oh, don't do that because they'll find out that you are mentally ill. I don't want to be that person. I just want to be, my entire life, I just have wanted to be normal. And I'm failing so hard at it. And it's getting worse. It's just getting worse. Like people are really getting their shit together, buying houses and having families and traveling the world together. And here I am fucking it all up. So, Jesus Christ, these pills really better help because I don't know what to do. Like the life that I have right now is not worth living, period. I am a failure. I am really wasting everybody's time, including my own. I told a friend that I feel like a paper boat in a tsunami all the time and I just don't have any paddles. I have nothing. I am terrified. I am exhausted. I am really fucking sad all of the fucking time. And I am already like a has-been. Oh, I did that one cool thing in 2000, I don't know. Oh, I did that one cool thing like 2 years ago. And the rest of the time, I'm just living in my head and struggling to do anything. And I can't. This cannot be it. This cannot be it. If this is it, I have a very big problem. So yeah, let's get ready to go. To be honest, if right now they would tell me, yeah, you have to learn to ride a unicycle and juggle and recite poetry at the same time, and that will really alleviate your symptoms, I would do it. I would do absolutely anything. I would do anything to feel capable and at least the slightest bit in control. My psychiatrist guy said that he has ADHD as well, and he said that he learned not to trust his own sadness too much because he knows that his brain is just not making enough of certain chemicals to feel good, and that he doesn't trust his sadness anymore. So I said, so how am I supposed to trust my happiness if it's just drugs that are, making me feel better? And then he said, Well, that's basically you're supposed to focus on your experience and what you are experiencing. And I thought, okay, but doesn't that also include focusing on the sadness then? Well, anyway, I have my pills, and here we go. If anybody's interested, it's Concerta, 18 milligrams, works for 12 hours, and I'm just praying to God and all the gods that it will work.